Welcome back in, folks, to SWH Live, Sport One Parkview Ice House in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, the fourth and final game in the Pama Pro Invitational for most of these teams. Coming up next, Alkali, REVEL, and the ENVIOUS GAMEWEAR Wings. And this is a huge matchup for Alkali. Unfortunately, ENVIOUS has been eliminated from playoff contention, but they're going to look to finish strong. Remember, money on the line in every single game, so they're not playing for nothing. Alkali is playing for seeding. They can still possibly get the 2 seed in the Pama Pro Invitational in the B bracket, but they're going to need a big win. Right now, they are +1 on goal differential. The Tour Mudcats are +6, so they need a big win versus a team that is very frugal defensively, and they have the best goaltender in the division in Thomas McCollum. But Alkali needs to win. They need to win big. At least for them, they need to get the victory, or Pama can get that 3 seed or even 2 seed with a victory later on today. This is all about seeding. REVEL looks for the 2nd seed and hopes to not fall to the 3rd or 4th. But it's all coming up next on SWH Live. Welcome back into SWH Live. Both teams set and ready to go. The 4th and final matchup of the round robin for both of these teams, as I mentioned in the pregame. The ENVIOUS GAMEWEAR Wings will look for their first ever Pama Pro Invitational win. They have 3 tight losses so far in the tournament. And REVEL has already clinched a playoff spot, but they want to be that 2nd seed. In order to have a chance at the 2 seed, they need to win, and they need to win by 6 goals, if my math isn't mistaken. As Jeremy Ellis joins me back into the broadcast. Tour Mudcats holding down that 2nd seed. They're a +6 at 3-1. REVEL can move to 3-1. They're a +1 going into this game, so they need to win by 6 because the goals against is in favor of the Mudcats as well.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing that you're not going to see. You're not going to see these guys taking chances to try to win by 6 goals. They're going to let it come organically, and if they happen to win by that much, great. If not, they know what it takes to win a championship no matter what seed they're in.
Now, here's an interesting scenario for you. Say you're up by 5 late in the game. You know you already have it won.
Pull the goalie?
You pull the goalie to try to get that 6th goal to get the 2 seed. Is it that important? Because it's a difference of playing rink rat or the Roadrunners.
Well, here's the one thing. Whenever you try to craft your path like that, you know, maybe losing a game at the end of the season and, you know, pro baseball or something like that, you know, whatever they, or in NFL, whatever, you know, when they sit players at the end to maybe have a better matchup or a lower seed or whatever else. It just seems that those type of plays always backfire, right? Because it's hard to, you know, kind of, you know, let you know, reality kind of run its course and destiny there. So I think whenever you do that, you mess with the cosmos just a little bit there, Trefty. So I'd rather it to just kind of happen naturally. But I could also see an opportunity where if you feel you have a better chance and what the heck, give it a shot and pull the goalie to make it interesting.
Oh, towards the front of the net, Kyle chips it wide. Now, are you familiar with the SPHL playoff format?
I am not.
So what they do in the SPHL is it's called the challenge round, not the first round. So the 1 seed gets to pick who they play.
Wow.
Then the 2 seed gets to pick, unless they're picked. But who's going to pick the 2 seed? The 1 seed. Then the 3 seed, then the 4 seed. And teams have picked the 1st seed has picked the 5th seed and stuff before it. And the 1st seed has lost in the first round with picking a different team as well.
So it's 8 teams that they get to pick from?
Wow. Zach Lane, a big save. And then he stops the rebound, too, with one of the ENVIOUS skaters laying right on top of him. But that's an interesting concept.
It is. I kind of like it. Darinka was the wing skater that was right there. It's my first chance getting to see these guys play. A lot of familiar faces. There's number 9, Tyler Walzer, and Alex Darinka.
So if the Pama Pro Invitational was like the SPHL, you're the number 1 seed Snipers. Who do you pick?
Out of the playoff teams at this point, let me see. I'm not going to try to ruffle any feathers here, but even though they're 3-1, I think the Mudcats can be vulnerable just because they're, you know, a more veteran group.
Or do you go with pick Rinkrat, the team that you just destroyed in the game before your last game?
I think that's a very dangerous proposition. It's always hard to beat 2 teams that close apart.
Or do you pick the Border Cats, who have lost 2 in a row?
You know, the Border Cats are reeling just a little bit. That might be a good pick
but
as well.
Then you have shades of last year, if you do recall, round number 1 last year, when a huge upset, Snipers got beat by the Border Cats.
Yes.
So it's intriguing. It's not going to happen, so we don't have to spend too much time on it, but fun to think about.
It was very, very good exercise, both for mind and body.
If you're at home, you want to reach out to myself or Jeremy Ellis on various outlets.
Who do you pick?
Who do you pick? If you are the Snipers and you get to pick any of the 7 playoff teams that have already been decided, who you've taken. Lamoya in. Race shot, and the save is made. 13:35 left in the first period. Still scoreless here in this one.
Now you always got to watch out for the Cosmos. Jeffy, careful what you wish for.
The old soccer team?
The Cosmos always wins.
Pele?
Well, that's Pele and company. You got to watch out for those guys. Tell you, the bar is jumping over there. I'm sure you've had many a fun night over in that place playing a little ice hockey here in Fort Wayne, Trefty.
Not really. We just went to flashbacks afterwards. God rest its soul, as it's no longer around anymore.
With a name like Flashbacks.
You know who loved it more than anybody ever is Dan Maxwell. I love that place, but when Maxwell went in there.
So was this the last time we were here at State Wars Flashbacks?
Spezia in front. Krogman tried to get back to him, but it was blocked. Yes. That's when Maxwell went.
Well, Maxwell's been known to love a good dive bar. Peg's Pub.
Oh, it wasn't a dive bar. It was a bar that had all old school music all night long.
Oh, well, that's good.
Spezia wraparound, and Clay Taylor gets to the post and hugs it.
Sounds like that would be right up Alex Morrison's alley. I don't know if you know Alex, but he's been known to hum a tune at the karaoke and the old school jams. Now, is this old school hip hop or?
Everything.
Everything?
It's called Flashbacks. It was a fun time.
Sorry, I missed it.
They turned it into a live band bar, and it's actually right across the street from here, and they moved it, but it's just not the same. Kyle, wrist shot, save made. Clay Taylor. Nice stop there. And it's the only bar I knew to tell people to go to when they come into town. Now I got nothing.
You always got to have something up your sleeve.
That was the bar the IPFW Mastodons chose. Our bar of choice.
Did you guys have a mascot for the Mastodons?
That was it, the Mastodons.
I know, but was there someone dressed up and running around? The Donnie?
Don. Just a giant, muscular Don named Don. And Kyle tries a backhand. That slips wide. And then there was the female mascot, Donna.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's nice that they had their own.
Business is picking up, everybody. Shot, Clay Taylor makes the save. Dennis Jelsic joining us on the broadcast now as backhand goes wide of the net.
Taylor's working some overtime right now. Oof.
Gents.
Dennis.
How we doing?
Good. So, hey, we were asking the people at home, we're asking everybody. I don't know if you're familiar with the SPHL playoff format, but the number 1 seed, it's an 8-team playoff in the SPHL. The number 1 seed gets to pick who they want to play. And then the 2 seed.
Is that right?
And the 3 seed. So if that was the Pama Pro Invitational and you were the Snipers of the 8 playoff teams, who would you pick to play in the first round? Because it's your choice.
No,
they're not in the playoffs.
Oh, playoff team.
Yeah, that's where you're confused. But that's a
Well-
good call. I mean, who wouldn't pick the Grizzlies?
Yeah.
Wow. You were saying?
Clay Taylor, a big save. He's coming up big here. He's
had a lot of action.
He's getting the start. McCollum on the bench here, and Clay Taylor getting a taste of the pro division, and he's looking good here.
I'm not sure you want to pick anybody in this division.
Bryson Johnson backhand. Clay Taylor makes the save. Thomas McCollum, who? Clay Taylor coming up big here.
Yeah, I like it though. Give the younger guy a shot, see what he's got. You never know what you got until you let those guys get out on the floor. So I like this move here with your team not bound for the playoffs.
I don't know if the Mudcats or Golden Knights like it, but I mean he's proven them wrong. He's playing extremely well.
Pick your team for the playoffs. I'm still thinking about it. Is that real?
Yeah, it's called the challenge round. And the 1 seed is actually, I think, lost 2 of the 3 years or something like that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I know a 1 seed is lost. When they pick the 5th seed or whatever instead of the 8.
Can you imagine how excited the team that gets picked to get in is when they say, wow, we went to knock these guys off. They picked us. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's bulletin board
Like,
material.
it's compelling. The storylines are immense in that. The drama is real in the SPHL.
I don't even know where to start with that.
Well, who are you picking? Pama Pro.
I haven't seen a division like this ever.
Well, it's crazy because I think this has probably been the deepest of all the years, but going into the 4th game, there's a bunch of teams eliminated. It's just the way that it shook out this year.
That's just the way the round robin went. One bracket's got 3-1 team, the other one's got a 4-0 team, so.
Like Pool A after the Snipers. I mean, Snipers beat everybody, then everybody else was 3-1.
Well, the 2 teams, just to fill you in, Dennis, on who I would say that I would pick, I said either the Mudcats or the Border Cats.
I don't think the Snipers match up well against the Border Cats. I'd say Mudcats possibly, but I'm not sure if you're looking for matchups at this point.
Well, we're playing devil's advocate here and dealing in hypotheticals. And if it were to happen, what you would do. And you're just kind of looking at lesser of 2 evils, if you will.
That just puts so much pressure on the 1 seed. Because now they have to win. They literally said, we're going to beat you. We choose to play you.
Can you imagine in this small 12-team tournament picking the team you're going to play? Oh, you picked us? Oh, okay.
We'll show you. That's just the drama. It's building drama.
Absolutely.
I like it. We're talking to Timmy. See
what George Brown says about that.
Yeah. Ha!
He yells, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, but he would analyze it thoroughly. He's like, I'm picking them, and I'm picking them because of this. This guy will go up against that guy, blah, blah, blah. Georgie boy, see you tomorrow.
I think you lost me here.
So George comes tomorrow when I leave, right? So
wow.
I'm gonna miss him by just a hot minute there.
Dennis comes over and can't figure out why his headphones aren't working. It's because the jack came out a little bit.
Oh, there you go.
Thought you lost me there for a minute.
That would be really unfortunate.
What team is Waring playing on here in the?
Conix, who has been a
eliminated.
pretty big surprise that they're showing. They did not have a great tournament.
No, surprise there. I mean, especially with Dwyer in the net. But don't know if you know this, but Waring actually played with the Snipers in Narch and
I just
Detroit,
got buzzed downstairs, so I'm going to have to cut out. I shall return.
Uh-oh. Big drama
Take the
unfolding
mic with
downstairs.
Oh, come on.
What's normally your thing? You go
That's
up,
tomorrow, not today.
You go up to people and say, "Hey, this is this guy from New Jersey. All the family watching back home. What do you got to say?"
I could do a bench in between face-off.
If you want to, just take it with you. Hope for the best. Dennis Jelsic exiting to go downstairs.
No, he's got to keep busy.
Everybody wearing multiple hats, including the great State War staff. They pop on to help me out when I'm dying up here.
It does get tough when you're by yourself.
14 games by myself yesterday. I had Dwyer for a period, Kavaya for a period.
You get a little punch drunk. I know the feeling.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it and not putting me on mute when you watch.
At least that's the hope. Burnett gets the puck over. Goes down low, Archibald. Archibald spins one towards the front of the net. It's blocked. Burnett has it.
Well, the rink has definitely been tilted in favor of the Revel here in this period.
Alex Kyle had it poked away. Envious gets control. I like to think that roller hockey is almost more similar to calling a baseball game at some points than it is calling a hockey game. Because ice hockey is always go, 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 right? Chance in front. Drop past Kyle at one timer. Goes high over the net. Comes back in front and they're jamming at it. Because there's so many lulls in a roller hockey game at times.
Right, right.
That you need a friend to talk to. Or it can get real boring.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. Plus, there's, it's like a baseball game. Imagine doing a baseball game by yourself.
It's not fun. I've done it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not fun. It's still fun.
Well, you're outside.
Yeah. But it's like playing hockey with yourself. Eventually you just want to have somebody throw you a 1-T pass.
There's only so many things that you can do with yourself that are fun, Trefty, so.
Bryson Johnson, a shot. He scores. Train on the tracks.
That's a man's goal right there. He scored, and then he steamrolled one of the Wings players right after that.
I mean, with how good Taylor's playing, that's the type of shot they needed. Well, they got one down. Need 5 more.
First goal of the game.
I'm going to triple check that goal differential.
I hope you're not putting bogus information out there into the universe.
No. Oh, no. Never, never. Goals against. Rebel, 13. Mudcats, 13. So they can win 5-0. And then they would have the second tiebreaker. So they can win 5-0, but if they give up 1 goal, then they have to win by 6.
Right.
Envious isn't getting much offense going here. We're going to try to now. See if the Wings can help out the Mudcats. And Pama for that matter, because Pama can win by 8. They can get a mercy rule victory. And pass both teams.
Pama would love to do something to get the horses going, because we're seeing that team just really not put the numbers on the board that you expect out of them.
I mean, they've just been a little inconsistent this tournament so far. Lamoya. Behind the goal. Checked into the wall. Davis gets it up ahead. Blake Bennett. Drop pass for Davis. The Bennett brothers aren't going to stop skating.
No, they're not. I mean, neither is anyone else on this Wings team. I mean, this team is a program that plays with a lot of pride, and that starts from the top with their coach.
How about the big game tonight with just money on the line, Conix and Alkali at 10:30.
What is the stakes for every game, Trefty?
500, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference between
maybe it's 250. It might be 250.
Well, that's either way. It's the difference between Bud Light and a craft beer at the bar.
Yeah.
For the squad.
But for the Grizzlies, they're thinking this is their last chance at getting a win in Pama Pro, and Conix wants to really prove that he's got a tough draw. No super big upsets so far in the tournament?
No, I mean, these teams have, given runs. I mean, I'm sure you don't want to finish this tournament 0-4. I mean, the only thing you really have to play for the Wings is pride. You've seen we'll see the Shakers later on tonight, 0-3, looking to have a chance to try to get up to Schneid. I mean, you just want to be competitive too. You don't want to come in here and get blown out and just be, a speed bump for these teams either.
Cody Kettler misses on a headman feed. What's the world know about it? Didn't like his pass there. Novak to the front of the net. Misses on a pass. Now Envious. They'll break out of the zone. Romero lost it. Krogman. Drop pass for Cody Kettler. Kyle. Couple of nice moves, then shoots. That one's blocked.
Gonzalez has been out there for a hot minute for the Wings, and he just tried to dig a hook right into Novak.
Well, Alkali, after their first game in that comeback, people were thinking, oh, here's your champion, right? Like, here's your favorite. They cooled off a little bit. And the loss to the Mudcats kind of put a wrinkle in that, but puck goes into the Wings bench. But they're still one of the favorites here, no matter what seed they get. Remember, they were the 6th and last seed at Narch East Coast.
Yep, and ended up winning the whole thing. So it's, like I said, during the course of the broadcast today, Jeff, it's just about getting into the playoffs. And the Revel were really, really in a shaky situation. Rinkrat ended up not getting in when they lost to the Golden Knights that evening. And then the Golden Knights had to face the Revel in that first round game after beating the Rinkrat to let them get into the game. So that was a big deal.
You know what's funny is
what did Revel do to return the favor? Beat him into play.
Puck towards the front of the net. It misses Kyle. What if the Shakers would have gone to overtime, or who knows, beat Pama in that first game, and everything else went the same? Like, we could be looking at Pama playing for their playoff lives tonight.
Yes.
Or not the Shakers, the Wings. The Wings nearly went to overtime with Pama.
I got to be honest, and not being here yesterday, but I'm surprised that this Wings team is 0-3. I mean, I'm sure their draw hasn't been the best and things like that, but there's some talent on this team and some experience as well.
Long-range shot goes wide. I mean, think about it. Black Ice, Revel, Mudcats, Pama.
Sure. I mean, Pama and the Mudcats are definitely winnable games for this team. And I think the Black Ice has got a few more horses and speed, but they definitely should have been able to play with the Mudcats. And I mean, Pama too has got a lot of firepower as well, but obviously they kept that game close.
So that'll do it for period number 1. We might as well stay here. We're already halfway into the intermission. Oh, whatever. Welcome back into SWH Live, Pama Pro Invitational. Revel looks to get the 2 seed. They have to win by the exact score, or better, of 5-0. If they give up a goal, then they would have to win by 6. And with how frugal defensively the Wings have been, even without Thomas McCullum in net, they have Clay Taylor as the backstop. Loggins off the face-off, toe drag shot, misses high. Rebels just missing the net here. Cleacha has it for the Wings. Puck's in around the boards. Fired up the wall by Darinka. Shane Bennett checked in front of the wings boards. Buddy gets it to Blake Bennett. Blake Bennett over for Shane Bennett. Looks at goal, shoots, he missed it high. Well, Shane Bennett tried to sit it back into his own end, but fires it off at Loggins. And they each give each other some shots here. Loggins heads off. Slashing is the call, and a power play here. For Envious, trailing just 1-0. Now it's cleared. Puck up to Shane Bennett, who drew this call. Now to Blake. Blake to Shane. Shane to Blake Bennett, now to Shane. Shane, a wrist shot. And Lane makes the save and gets the cover. Face off. To the glove side left of Zach Lane. Draw one back to Shane Bennett. Shane Bennett out to Blake. Blake a shot, that one's blocked. Archibald gets knocked down by Blake Bennett, and Shane Bennett fires it out to the point. Walzer inches his way in. Moves over to the boards. Walzer for Shane Bennett. Now Blake Bennett, one-timer Lane, a big stop. Right on the money on that shot there. Now Blake Bennett. Out high for Shane Bennett. He takes a toe drag shot that's blocked and goes up and out of play. Revel changes up the penalty killers. Face off won by Novak. Shane Bennett protects the puck as he beats Novak after he chipped it around him. 18 seconds left in the power play. Blake Bennett, near side wall. Point for Shane Bennett. Shane Bennett over for Walzer. Walzer sent it in front. Kendall, shot save made, rebound, they score. The Wings get the goal to tie it up. 15:45 left in the second. So now Revel has to win by 6 goals. Cody Kettler down the far boards. Cuts to the forehand. Clay Taylor makes the save. He stops the rebound too. 15:11 left in the second. Walzer gets the assist, Kendall the goal. Corey Kettler gets the puck to Krogman. Krogman, they get it back across, and Taylor makes the save. Cody Kettler for Corey Kettler. Dingling in the telephone booth down low, then falls over the goaltender Taylor. And let's go. Skates up, now turns back. Davis up the floor. Davis for Litzko. To Romero. Romero skates down the near wing, forced to the corner by Cody Kettler.
Kettler saves a hockey game here, Trefty.
Not only that, now Revel has to win by 6 because they don't have the goals against tiebreaker.
Yep.
Puck comes to the near side, played back across. Clay Taylor got a piece of it.
Tell you what, I like the pace of this hockey game too. This is up and down, run and gun.
And it's getting pretty physical too. While you were away, Loggins took it a little too far, got a roughing penalty, and Envious scored.
Yeah, I saw him get a little PO'd about something.
Shane Bennett didn't back down from him and then drew the penalty. Rink wide pass, misses Kyle, he gets to it in the corner. Turns, fires it off the boards and down into the Rebel zone it comes. Bryson Johnson. Pass up ahead, wrist shot put on, save made. Phelps with the opportunity.
The Wings right now are just looking for Revel to make a mistake or a long rebound and kick it 2-on-1 the other direction.
Pretty passive 1-2-2 forecheck for the Wings. Phelps, headman feed right on the money.
Ooh,
Kyle gets hooked.
That's a hook.
Now a power play for Revel. It's been really good this tournament.
Yep. Yeah, you are not going to get away with that from official Stephen Renault. He is going to eat that up all day and take you over to the box. Well, power plays are big.
Wrist shot, and Alex Kyle scores. That didn't take long. So Shane Bennett drew the penalty that led to the envious goal, but then he takes one. And Alex Kyle scores to make it 2-1 Rebel.
Well, he beat the goaltender that I'm being told actually played a couple years for Team USA. So Clay is he has got some experience under his belt. So it's not really a kind of thrown to the fire type of situation that we thought maybe at the beginning of the hockey game. But he's definitely shown that he is perfectly capable of leading a team out here. Only 2 goals by the Revel, and that one coming on the power play. So definitely not falling onto the shoulders of the goaltender at all.
But anybody following in the footsteps of Thomas McCollum has to play good.
No, definitely. And it's a tough job, but you know, you gotta, whatever goalie's back there, you gotta play well in front of him, and part of that is not taking bad penalties, and that's exactly what happened to the Wings there.
Now a cross-rink pass, Burnett shoots, Clay Taylor the save.
Burnett's a former Revision player before he joined the Revel.
Backhand by Walzer towards the front of the net that missed. Pretty risky rink-wide pass from Nielsen.
Well, it was right on the tape.
Archibald made it work. Then a chance for Revel, but Clay Taylor shuts the door again.
Tell you one thing, really across the board, Trexie, we've seen a lot of great goaltending here all throughout this hockey. You know, I haven't been here all tournament, but today alone, I've seen a lot of good athletic, acrobatic type saves. So goaltending is really, really progressing over the years to the point where these guys are game changers.
Bryson Johnson collects the saucer pass from Lamoya. Pass misses Phelps.
Chance.
Take away for the Wings. Backhand shot save made. Rebound. Another save by Zach Lane. A third try. Another save. Now a centering feed. And finally it's cleared by Revel.
Wow.
Amazing sequence by Zach Lane. Now Corey Kettler and plays to the back door. Nobody home for Revel. Now it's the Wings' turn once again. Up for Romero. Romero didn't like his chances against Cody Kettler. One of the best in the business one-on-one, and he goes back into his own zone.
That was Trevor Evans, number 20 for the Wings, and he just cannot solve the riddle of Zach Lane down low.
Walzer up for Let's Go.
Ooh, nice toe drag.
Let's Go, a beautiful toe drag, and here he comes into the zone. Let's Go, still has it waiting, shooting, save made. Lane still scrambling. Nice play there from Let's Go. He's a younger player here too. Gets to Romero, and he sends it wide.
Just whacked out wide. Let's Go was all over the place making plays on that sequence.
Cody Kettler back to the red line to Alex Kyle. Now Kyle turns it up. Alex Kyle, what a move. He's still going, dangling, shooting, and he missed it high. Loggins to the back door. Kyle shoots and scores. 3-1 now, Revel. 9:41 left in the second.
He was bound and determined on that shift to get a puck into the back of the net, and he finally did it. Man, I can't get over it. It's steamy in here, Trifty. I know those guys got to be hot. Hey, that no goal.
Okay.
Oh, went out of play.
Must have been pointing to the
face-off dot.
Okay. 2-1 is your score.
I got to tell you, he had me fooled.
That was a heck of a goal call anyway. Something popped up on the net. I don't know. Must have been the knob of Clay Taylor's stick. I'm not sure. But all right. Still 2-1. The magic number for Revel is 7. A 7-1 win would put them in the 2 seed. I mean, they might fall to 4 depending on what the Golden Knights do against fellow Pama combatants.
Yes.
Pass to center for Davis. Davis has a few goals this tournament, and they've all been really nice shots. Here he tries a pass that was blocked and goes up and out of play. Face off to the glove side left of Lane. 8:49 left in the second period, 2-1 lead. Face off won by Revel. So tomorrow, in order to win the championship, you have to win 3 games.
Yeah, there is no buys. There are no buys at all. So, I mean, the seeding only gets you perhaps an easier route against competition. It does not get you an extra game off.
It might give you more rest as well.
Right.
In the day, but still, 3 games. You think that might bode well for a younger team like the Roadrunners, who's used to playing in so many games?
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's why I said perhaps the Mudcats could be vulnerable tomorrow.
Are you calling them old?
I am not calling them old. I'm saying they're veterans.
Which is a nice way of saying they're old.
You said it, not me.
I didn't say it. You said that. Whatever. Revel heads up the floor. Spezia, a shot. That one's blocked. Goes behind the net. Then Spezia fires it back into his own zone. Lane way out of his crease. Oh, no, he falls down. He gets back up and wraps around the boards before Blake Bennett got to the puck. Blake Bennett battling with Spezia. Takes it away, tries to get to the front of the net, but can't. Now Spezia heads up the floor. Spezia took a stick to the midsection. Seems to be hurting a bit. Now Phelps chips it off the wall. 3-on-2. He's got Bryson Johnson, the trailer. Fakes the pass, shoots it, and just missed. Now Walzer on the attack. Draw pass for Big Darinka. Gets it to Shane Bennett. Now Davis. Up for Walzer. Walzer, pass finds Kindle. Kindle a shot, it's blocked, and taken here by the wings. Saucer pass over. Corey Kettler doesn't have a good angle to shoot, so he keeps the puck, dangles to the front of the net, still has it, tries a backhand, and that one is blocked.
Sometimes you just get in too tight, and you try to wait for that perfect shot instead of just shooting it, and I think that's what Corey did in that situation.
Phelps behind the net. The way this game's going, the Mudcats are feeling confident here. Phelps in with a shot, and that one is stopped. Because even if Alkali wins, and they don't win by a lot, 6 to be exact, the Mudcats get seed number 2.
Which I'm sure they would appreciate.
That seed number 3 is probably going to have to play the Roadrunners. Actually, in fact, they're 100% going to have to play the Roadrunners. And do you consider the Roadrunners a scary team right now?
I totally do. I consider them not a favorite, but a contender to win this whole thing. And we saw with Black Ice a few years ago, Chris, when you get a little bit of confidence, I mean, it just changes your game. It changes your whole aura around your team. And when they got that victory at Narch down in Florida, it just let them kind of get loose, and they won at State Wars. You know, they won a couple other tournaments, and that just was a paradigm shift for that program. And I think that same thing is happening right now for the Roadrunners.
It's very similar because everyone kind of looked at Black Ice as just that young team, right? Boom, they won that Narch, and then they've won a ton since.
Yep.
Now a chance in front. Forehand shot just missed. Evans with the opportunity. Now Walters has it for the Wings.
Well, he's going to have nightmares of Zach Lane the rest of the evening because Zach has been right up in his stuff here in this game.
Let's go over for Romero to the near side. Shot, they score. Not anymore. Evans exercises the Zach Lane demons.
I talked that one into reality there.
The Wings tie the game at 2. 4:05 left in the second. I'm being selfish here, but I'm really hoping for a shootout because we haven't seen one yet. Not so nice words being yelled over on the Alkali bench. They're not happy about that last sequence.
No, they are not happy.
And Evans made no mistake there. He could have just tapped it in a wide open net, but he took a bomb of a slap shot into the yawning cage.
There was some frustration that came out, and you saw it right there in the replay. There was some frustration that came out on that one.
Wrist shot put on, and the save is made by Clay Taylor. It goes up and out of play. He has been so big here.
Yeah, I have been thoroughly impressed with his game so far, and he's really shown me something.
Here we come. Loggins, a shot and a glove save by Clay Taylor.
Yes.
Timeout taken by the Wings here. Good call here.
I like it. 3:31 left. You know, you always want to kind of save those to maybe later on in the game, but I think right now this gives you a chance, not so much for strategy, but more about getting your horses a little bit of rest, give Taylor a little blow. It's hot in here, as we mentioned. And I think it's just more a fatigue type of timeout than a strategy timeout.
Well, speaking of State Wars overall, I know you've only seen the Pro Division, but how cool is it to see all the countries from all around the world here?
No, it's great, and you know, I'm always excited. I didn't get a chance to go to Namibia this year, so I saw them in Chicago before they headed down, last weekend, so get to see all my friends from Africa here. I saw them playing Brazil when I first got here in a championship game, so it's great to see. I mean, State Wars is kind of a misnomer at this point because teams from all over
World Wars,
all over the world. So I saw some of my friends from Colombia as well. So it's always good, and that's basically why when I had the opportunity to come down here, even though it's just for a day and a 2.5-hour drive, from Detroit to get down here. I mean, that's one of the bigger reasons. Is I've always loved the work that Tim and Greg do, and I think they do a great job, but also wanted to come down and see some people that, not only get to see in certain places from all over the world and country and so forth. And so it's been a fun day here today and seeing lots of familiar faces. Well, so what's happening right now is the Wings have gone into the box, all right? And that's what, Revision used to do in the past. And so that's making Revel kind of do that 3-man up top where they kind of weave and attack with the puck from the middle and the 3-man against that box to try to generate a chance.
They're going to get one here. Davis, a wrist shot. It's blocked.
So now watch here. So you can see Revision transition back to the box. And Coach Joe Cook is barking out a play. And this is basically a set play. Watch how they go 3 across here. They're going to continue to kind of weave around the outside here.
Well, you can't go a whole tournament without a team of Buffalo guys going into the box, right?
No, but, there's been a lot of talk about the box in years past, and I am a big proponent of attacking the box from behind the net. And I know some people that have had a lot of success employing the box would agree with my assertion that one of its weaknesses is to attack it from behind the net.
Well, the Wings just trying to get a point and get this to overtime and hope for the best, or a shootout, I mean.
Yep.
Shot that one goes wide and goes up and out of play, and this faceoff might come to center. They say it was tipped. It's going to stay inside. Now a faceoff is huge.
It's very huge because if the Wings get possession of the puck, that allows them to try to go on offense. But I think you're going to see a really gutty forecheck here by the Revel, and now this is where strategy comes in. Whereas before, maybe that timeout was all about getting your guys some rest and getting them some hydration there, especially the goaltender. This strategy, you can see Joe Cook is down there earning his money as the head coach because he has drawn up a play to try to get his team this 2 points in the hockey game.
All right, Joe Cook mapping out a plan here. Minute 40 left in the second. Now think about this. If Alkali gets to overtime here and doesn't get the 3 points, all Pama needs is a regulation win. Doesn't matter by how much to get the 3.
That's true.
Because you don't want to play the snipers. Think about it. If you get the 4, you're playing the snipers in the first
round. Exactly.
So they're desperately going to try and win this one in regulation. Because Pama should beat the Shakers. They should. Will they? I don't know, but they should.
Yes. But you got a hot goaltender. Anything can happen.
And Moyanen.
Oh, here they go. They are attacking from behind. I like it. See, I know something every now and then, Trefty. Well, so much for that.
They tried it once, didn't like it.
See, now they're going to regroup and run that 3-man from up top.
So what do you do with the 3-man?
Well, what you're trying to do is trying to expose and get them to chase to the side, and then you're going to open up somebody in the slot, whether it's a guy in front of the net or the guy cruising down the middle of the rink. When Travis Noe used to play for Alkali's factory team a few years ago, and they faced Revision in the finals of some other events. I think they were in the Nurch final. They employed that same thing, and that was one of the ways that they were trying to get Travis loose, was cruising right down the middle and getting the box to shift over to play the puck on the outside.
Here we go again. Some drama here in a final game for both teams. Now to the near side, they get Kyle open. Wrist shot is blocked.
They're trying to tell him to do it again. They're telling him to do it again. You got Novak in front. See how it opens up? Oh, that almost went in.
Clay Taylor, big save. 35 seconds left. Uh-oh, he's got a step. Spezia shoots. He missed it high.
Oh, they got a man up ahead of the pack if they can get it to him.
Pass up ahead. Blake Bennett, a breakaway. He's all out shot. Passed up by Lane.
Wow, that's a game saver.
Pass up to Spezia, and that pass is out of his reach. Puck goes in behind the net. A penalty coming. And this is big because Spezia can't shoot in the shootout now.
It's huge. Huge. And Spezia is over there talking with the Wings player.
It's Litzko, who was slammed into the boards. So with 0.8 seconds left, Spezia will be unable to shoot in the shootout. And that's huge. You know he was going to shoot.
You would think. I mean, they've got a lot of goal scorers on their team, but he is definitely one of them. I mean, you got guys, though. You got Kyle, you got Loggins, you got, I'd even throw Bryson Johnson in that mix.
Well, it's not due to a lack of talent by any means.
Sure.
But he's just one of their best. It's not like a huge fall off, but.
No, not at all.
So now Envious is going to pull the goaltender because it's impossible to get scored on. Will Walzer shoot or try to win it back?
No, he's got to try to fire that right towards the net. Nice job there by Burnett.
How about Blake Bennett? Missing on that breakaway. That would have been a regulation win.
Yes, it would have.
They played the box to perfection and got a breakaway out of it.
I mean, and that's been the bane of Alkali for a few years, is just solving that whenever they've had to go up against it. They've had probably the least amount of success of any team against that box.
Great coaching move.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder why you do it that late in the hockey game in a 2-2 game. I mean, you're playing with the team there, but I can also see why you do it.
Well, your goaltender's been hot. You're going to get Zach Lane, so I guess that's not the smartest thing in the world.
Sure.
But you take your chances in a 3-on-3 shootout instead of regulation when a team has been getting the much better chances all game.
All right, so I'm going to say you're going to see Kyle, Novak, and Loggins or Corey Kettler, I'd say.
Well, you know you're going to see the two Bennett brothers. Maybe Kendall at the other end.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle
Boy,
goes
Kendall's
up against
been
Clay Taylor.
Quiet in this game. I don't know if I've said his name once.
Alex Kyle, backhand shot, he scores. So Envious does get a point here, no matter what.
Right. Well, that's good for them. I mean, you never want to go home with
Kendall
an
did score the first goal.
Did he?
Yeah. On a rebound, but still. Now Shane Bennett. He went 3 for 3 earlier in the sniper event. And he shoots and scores. The same move that he scored on earlier. He got a little practice in the sniper shootout in the skills comp.
That's a ripper. Nope, here's Loggins.
Clay Taylor aggressive. Loggins backhand shot. He missed it. That might have went off the post. And now Blake Bennett. He's got a good shot too. He did well on the sniper shootout.
Yes, he did.
He's got a big shot. See if he uses it. Blake Bennett shoots. He scores! Cody Kettler has to score, or the envious GameWear Wings will pull off a huge upset and get their first ever Pama Pro win. Cody Kettler is in. Shot. He scores. 5-hole.
I mean, that's a great shot, but I'm surprised to see Cody Kettler out there taking that kind of do-or-die shot there. I mean, nothing against Cody, but
he's a big game player.
Yeah, he is, but I mean, his brother's known more for the goal scoring in the family.
Here comes Romero.
Needs to make a save.
For the win. He shoots. He scores! Envious GameWear wings their first ever Pama Pro Invitational win, a shootout victory in thrilling fashion, a come-from-behind win over REVEL. A huge win for the Wings as they get the cash, they get the pride of beating REVEL. It's an impressive victory for them.
I tell you what, that's going to make the beverages taste that much sweeter tonight, Chris. A big win in this hockey game here.
Well, it's that or you get some of your entry fee back.
Yeah.
Either way. Well, I think they care less about the money. They care more about the pride of the thing.
No, for sure. For sure. I mean, these guys have been away from the sport for a little bit, some of them. So I know they're excited to be back out there. Tell you what, the other thing is, too, is, I mean.
Now REVEL will be behind the 8 ball if Pama just gets 2 points.
Yeah.
REVEL will have to play the Snipers in the first round.
Yep. I mean, the other thing, too, is, I mean, I don't want to say exposed, but Zach Lane was taken advantage of just a little bit here in that hockey game.